Potter's Journal. Hello from Florida, to steal a phrase. Today, we are at the studio of Freddie Moretti. If you watched YouTube, if you look at the comments, you will know him. He is all over YouTube. And he has been good to so many. I'm one of them. Today, we're going to see what's going on in Freddie Moretti's studio.
What is that?
What is that?
Oh my goodness.
Ralph Rules.
Oh.
I don't believe it.
I guess it's a bowl.
That's beautiful. Well, I'm going to have to go out. I brought a host gift.
Oh, no.
But I didn't expect something.
Well, you're not getting one.
Oh, okay.
It's for Ralph.
Oh, that's right, because you're always telling me to give Ralph a pat on the head.
So.
Oh, isn't that great?
And it's.
So what do you use for your stamps?
I make them.
Oh.
With a 3D printer.
Oh, those 3D printers.
Yeah.
Now, I saw somebody, because it was made with a 3D printer, charging $1 million for those stamps.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
I may be exaggerating a bit, but...
these are actually two stamps. The one I made up for Ralph, which, if you want to take home with you, you can. And then the other one, Rules.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So it came out, I'm glad it came out all in one piece.
Yeah, and there, here, let me see, you got your stamp on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And, okay, there we go. The Freddie's.
It just says Freddie's.
Okay.
And that's, the pot number is 1,206.
Oh, wow. You know, you've got nice wire rings on yours. How come I can't get those?
Wire
or at least I've noticed them on some of the pots that come out. Is it the wire you're using?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll have to take a look at that.
And then there's the cones. So this is cone 5 and cone 6. And I was shooting for 5.5.
Uh-huh.
And so it looks like it came out to that. So I'm really pleased with that.
Well, this is a nice size kiln, because I thought that the last one you had that I only saw in the videos, I thought, that's huge. It'll take forever to fill it. And then if you make a mistake, you make a lot of mistakes. Yeah. Whereas with a small kiln, if you try out a glaze and you make a mistake, at least it's not a ton of pots you made the mistake on.
So now I remember to wiggle your shelf.
Yep.
So it doesn't stick on.
Yep. Make sure there's nothing stuck on there.
Oh, and that one also did a good 5.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm pleased with that. All right, put the shelf away.
And
but this little kiln I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah. Well, how'd you find it?
I found it was on Craigslist.
Okay, that's where I've been looking too.
You want me to tell you?
But I've been checking out Pittsburgh, not Florida.
No,
yeah.
It was on Craigslist down in Pine Island, a 2.5-hour drive, and it was listed for $60.
Oh, right.
When I called the guy, he said that was a mistake. It's $100.
Okay.
So I got it for $100.
Yeah, well, that's not bad either. That's not bad either, because I've seen some listed for thousands, and they have a picture of them, and they're so busted up on the inside.
And look at that.
And I think, how do you even bust them up like that on the inside, unless you drop them down the stairs or something?
And this was in fairly decent shape. Yeah. And I didn't have to do anything to it. And it's 3-inch walls, so this can go to a cone 10. But
it looks like somebody refurbished it. It's got some extra heavy duty, or maybe that's the way this model is made.
Yes, it's a something 85. T85.
Okay.
It's Euclids are nice little cars. A little sponge holder or business card holder.
Okay, or what else?
Yeah.
They could be napkin holders, I'm told.
Letter holder.
Mail.
Yeah. So,
now
they're usually sponge holders.
Yeah, you're using what kind of glazes?
Now these are all Amico. Potter's Choice. Okay. This one is tea dust.
You know, that looks just like something somebody might pull out of a salt kiln.
Yeah. So tea dust. Something tea dust. No.
And you brush those on, or?
I brush them on.
Yeah, okay.
They're all brushed on. And that's one of the other things. I'm reading Mastering Cone 6 Glazes and learning an awful lot. I just got it.
Yeah, whose book is that?
It's by John Hazelberth and Ron Roy. Improving Durability, Fit and Aesthetics. I've learned so much in the first 90 pages.
Okay, so I probably should look that up, because glaze is not one of my strong points.
I can send you the link to this, and the reason is because if you go to Amazon, the book, which is out of print, starts about $190.
Okay, yeah.
It goes up. This was $24.95.
Okay, yeah, that's always good to know.
Yeah. This was just a wee trinket dish.
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased. It doesn't look like I have too many pinholes. I don't see any pinholes, actually.
Yeah, nice.
So,
well, how long have you had this kiln?
This kiln I've had for a good while, over a year. But I haven't been using it.
And I see, what is this here? What is this? This is all the program, what you've done.
Right.
So you documented it all, and that's why.
This is all documented. It's segments that you put into this, segment 1.
Computer, the program, yeah.
200 degrees an hour, up till it gets to 220, then I held that for 90 minutes. And then segment 2, 150 degrees till it goes up to 500, no hold. 3, 400 degrees ramping up to 2100, and then you slow it down to get up to the cone temperature, which is 2133 degrees. So I slowed it down to 100. And then I start back.
What is this?
It's a Euclid.
I've never heard of one of those.
Well, Euclid actually is, I believe, a Canadian company. It is. And they're a popular place for people to go and get their elements, because they make elements and sell the elements for other kilns as well as Euclid.
Yeah, well, keeping the program and getting the firing right has done good for you. I see you've got some inventory up here.
Oh, just a little bit left over.
Okay.
I've been very lucky because of the way Cosmic Tea Dust, that's that.
Yeah.
That's that one. It's Cosmic Tea Dust. And I've been very lucky because of the way that I move my inventory out.
Yeah, now wait, I think I've heard something about that. How is that you reduce your inventory?
I go to a market and I take donations, and I have signs, minimum $3 donation. I'm not using those anymore, but I'm using the minimum $3 donation for any size pot, and 100% of that donation goes to hospice. And there are my hospice signs over in the back.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So
very nice.
The one in the bottom was made by a good friend of mine when I first started with Gulfside, but HPH looked after both my mum and dad. So, and those pots up there are from other potters, including a commercial one.
Yeah, well, I collect a few commercial pieces too.
Yeah.
Sometimes vintage pieces, travel pieces that might have been cheap souvenirs in the 40s or the 50s. Suddenly there's a lot of handmade in them.
Campbell, John C. Campbell Folk School right there. So. Okay,
and this is your collection up here?
And that's my collection.
So this is the Groves.
This is the Groves.
This is the Groves, and your logo, I always noticed the horse.
Yes. Well, it came from my old business that I had, Freddie's Tack Repair, where I made and repaired tack for horses up in Maryland. For 18 years I was in this business, 7 with my own wee shop. So.
Okay, so you were a craftsman already.
Doing one sort of craft.
Okay, but that's a big move from leather to the clay.
Well, the clay was a hobby that I took up in January 2017, and after the first 3 hours of an 18-hour class, I came home and I built the studio.
Pretty nice. Oh, is this great. Here we go. We're in the groves, but look at this natural area back here. You must see all kind of wildlife back here.
I do. This morning there was about half a dozen deer.
Oh, wow.
I caught on video. We've got a hawk that comes and he is harassed by mockingbirds and blue jays, but he comes and he'll sometimes end up in this tree. We have sandhill cranes that come. Mm-hmm. We have an armadillo that has been.
Oh wow! Okay.
Saw it.
Ever see any roseated spoonbills?
No, I haven't.
No, seen those. But probably the blue heron, the little blue and the great blue heron.
Right, the great blue or the lesser blue heron we see out there, as well as the white ibis we see.
Okay.
In groups, but the sandhill cranes will come around. Wow. I don't use any.
Yeah.
Any weed killer or bug killer in my yard at all. So I think that's the reason the deer come and graze here.
Okay.
So, but it's wonderful.
It's tough to get.
There's the bobcat there, and then a videoed in, and then here's the last picture of him leaving.
Oh wow. Oh, that is great. You in the middle of the groves, and you've got that in the backyard. Yeah. So this is it. You just take this. This is for which?
This is for HPH, which is the one I just did. So this month coming is Gulfside. So that's the one that we're collecting for.
Okay, that's the one you're collecting for. So you take this to the market, and people just put this in here like that.
Put the money in.
And then they choose a pot. Choose a pot. Okay.
And it's a great.
Well, thank you for letting me do this in your studio, since I couldn't catch you at the market.
You're very welcome. But you can always come back to the market.
Well, I'll have to find out which one it is. Now that I know we're practically neighbors.
Yes.
Here in Pasco County. Oh, I don't believe it. What is it?
It's just an extrusion.
It's just an extruder. It's an extruder.
It's an extruder.
You can make handles with that.
You can make handles. You can see.
And this is just a heavy-duty caulking gun.
It's a heavy-duty caulking gun.
And talent. Oh, I don't know that I have the talent for that.
Oh, this is nothing. This is all done by
okay. Well, I could stay a lot longer, and I mean, I thought I had seen it all. We've got the library here with all the favorites, the 3D printer making the gauges
and then
to cut them.
It fits into that. It goes into the bottom of the PVC, and then you just extrude out what you need for your handles.
And we saw the kiln all in this little space. The finished pots come out here. We've got the kiln furniture. We've got the drying rack up here. We have got it all. Here are the glazes. Trimming area. We made some pots for a collaboration. Look at that. We've got the sink back here, the water to catch it. Everything is hooked up and finished. There was even a laser gauge to finish your pots, so we could come back and do another 3 videos here. We will have to stop back next year.
There you go.